Moving to Frisco, Texas doesn't have to be so stressful. It will most likely be one of the biggest moves of your life. So make sure you reach out to me so I can help make it a little bit less stressful for you. Just reach out. Let me help make your move to Frisco, Texas as stress-free as possible. I help people just like you who are moving to Frisco, Texas every single day, and I absolutely love it. So moving just in general can be just such a pain and so stressful. So in this video, I'm going to give you my top 6 steps that will help make your move to Frisco, Texas as stress-free as possible. Hi, I'm Rabbia, and I'm a realtor in North Texas, specifically Frisco. If you're new to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click that little bell so you get notified every single time I post a new video. And when you click the like button, it actually helps the videos get out there so more people who are also looking to move to Frisco, Texas can find the videos just a little bit easier. If you need to reach out to me, you can do it any way that's more comfortable for you. You can call me, you can text me, email, Zoom, Skype, whatever you need to do, reach out to me any way that's more comfortable for you. Now let's get started, and I'm going to tell you my 6 steps to help make your move a little bit less stressful. Number 6 is to start early. So a couple of months before you're even ready to make your move, start packing things up that you don't really use a lot. Maybe you've got some art on the walls and pictures. You can go ahead and start packing those up because you don't need those on an everyday basis. So if you go ahead and pack them up, it's a little bit less that you're going to have to do at the last minute. Also think about your out-of-season clothes. So if you're moving in the summer, maybe you already have all your winter stuff packed up, so just go ahead and put that into a box so that it's out of the way. You're not going to need it anyways, so just that's one less thing you have to worry about. Also, another good idea is to take pictures of the inside of the boxes. That way you know what's in all of your boxes. It will make it so much easier when you get to your new home, when you get ready to unpack. Also, you might want to think about doing a little moving binder. Sometimes I'll have a folder and I keep everything in it that's associated with the moving, whatever I need, it's right there. I can grab it, look at it, and go. Number 5 is to declutter. Get rid of things that you don't really use, that you're not probably going to use in the next year. If you haven't used it in a year, chances are you're probably not going to use it again. So you can go ahead and get rid of that. So that's one less thing you have to take with you when you're moving. Also, start thinking about furniture. Maybe you've got this really big couch and it's not going to fit in your new house. So you're thinking, what am I going to do with it? So you can either sell it, donate it. If it's too old, toss it, whatever it is you need to do. But start paring down what you really need to take. Do you need to take the washer and dryer with you? Maybe you want to leave it for the buyer. Maybe it's a good negotiating tool. Maybe they're a first-time home buyer and they don't have a lot of extra money laying around. Maybe that washer and dryer would help them out a lot, and then you also don't have to carry it to your next house. Same thing for a fridge. So anything really that's big and bulky or heavy, look at those really carefully and see if you really need to move those to your next house. If you don't, leave them, sell them, donate it, whatever it is that's going to help you out so you don't have to take those with you. Number 4 is to take your valuables and essentials with you. The easiest thing probably is to get a little overnight bag and pack things in there that you're going to need the first few days, even a week. Make sure medications, don't pack your medications, make sure you're taking those with you. You don't want them to get in with all the things that are going to be packed, and that way you don't have access to your medication when you need it. Also, what I like to do with my jewelry, I pack all my jewelry up and I carry that with me. That way I don't have to worry about any of it getting lost and worry that I've lost something that has a really big sentimental value to me and I'm going to be really stressed about it. So I pack that up myself and I put it in the overnight bag. Also, maybe an extra pair of clothing, couple of pairs of clothing that you'll have so that when you get to that first night, you just go in there, you grab it, you're good to go. The next day as you're unpacking things, you got another pair of clothes in there that you can just grab and put on, makes it so much easier. Also make sure you carry with you any important paperwork. Whatever your important paperwork is, put that in your overnight bag with you and carry it with you. Or you could even put it in your moving binder that you've made. Either way you do it, just make sure if it's an important piece of paper that you're taking it with you and you don't risk losing it on your move. Number 3 is movers. Do you want to do it yourself or do you want to hire somebody to do it for you? I have moved many, many times since my husband and I have been married, and we've done both ways. We've done it where we packed our stuff up, we put it on a U-Haul, and we toted it to our new house by ourselves. We've also done it where the movers have packed us up and put everything on the truck, got it to the new house. To me, it's made it much easier for the movers to do it just because we don't have to pack a truck and worry about unloading the truck. We usually pack everything ourselves. So we put everything in the boxes, we tape them up, we label it, and then we put those aside for the movers to get there. Now, I do like the movers to pack the furniture for us because they wrap it. They've got blankets that they're using and they've got shrink wrap. It's going to be a little bit more stable and carefully packed so that there's less of a chance that anything's going to happen to it and you might get nicks on things or, things might break. Makes it a little bit easier if they're packing that stuff up for you. But again, the boxes and stuff, you can all do that on your own. Make sure also, I would say interview at least 3 moving companies. Very important because the prices can vary, by a lot. So you want to get an idea of how much people are going to charge. Also, the best thing to do is to have them actually come out to your house and they'll look around and then they can give you a quote. That way you're going to have a more accurate quote of what you're going to be charged. I've heard horror stories from clients that they were quoted one thing, they got everything on the van, it moved, they got to the new home. When the movers got ready to unpack it, they said, oh no, that quote was wrong. It's actually going to be more. Sometimes it can be $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 more. And at that point, you're kind of stuck because they have all your things on the truck and they're not going to unload the truck and let you have your valuables, all your furniture, all your belongings until you've paid them. So make sure, get it in writing so that you can show them, this is what I was quoted. Somebody came out here, they looked at everything, this is what I was quoted. Also get an itemized list. That way you'll know everything that is on the truck, and when they come to unload it, you can check things off as they unload the boxes and the furniture. You can check it off on your list. Number 2 is 1 room at a time. Trust me on this one. Pack 1 room at a time. It is so easy when you're packing up and you're moving to just start getting really scattered, and you start off in one room and you walk to another room and you do a little bit, and then you go to another room and do a little bit. It just makes it more stressful and you're not seeing any end results. So if you start with 1 room at a time, you get that room completely packed up, then you can move on to the second room. Also, it gives you time as you're going through your things, as you see things that you don't really need, you can toss those. You may want to have a pile for stuff you're going to keep, things you're going to donate, and then things you're going to trash. That way you've got everything laid out. You can go do the donations, take your things to the trash, and then pack the things that you really, really, really want to keep. Also make sure you take your time. Don't rush. So give yourself enough time that you are not stressful and running through the house trying to get everything done, and at the end you just start throwing things in boxes and you don't even have any idea what's in the boxes. So if you just take it a little bit slower, and then it will be much easier. Also, label, label, label. Label everything. It will make it so much easier when you get to Frisco to unpack all your belongings. You just have everything labeled. You know exactly what's in each of the boxes. Trust me, it makes it 100 times easier. And number 1 is don't forget about your utilities and your mail. At your old home, make sure that you're turning off your utilities and taking them out of your name at the last date that you need to be there. Have your mail the same thing. Go ahead and put in your change of address so that you'll start getting your mail at your new address, less things that you'll have to go back to your old house and pick up mail if it's dropped off there. Also make sure at your new home that you're getting your utilities turned on in time too. You don't want to end up at your new home and you forgot to turn on any of the utilities and you don't have electricity the first night you're there, you don't have your water, you may not have gas. So really important, make that list ahead of time, know what utilities you need, what utility companies you're going to use, and then call them, schedule the off date, and then schedule your on date at your new home. Let's go over again what we talked about in the video. Now, I gave you all 6 tips so that it would make it just a little bit less stressful when it's time for you to move. The first thing is start early. Don't wait till the last second or you will not be very happy. The next thing is declutter before you're moving. Get rid of stuff you don't need and that you're not going to use at your new home. Next thing is to keep your valuables and essentials with you. Pack that little overnight bag and put all that stuff in there so you've got it ready to go. The next thing is movers. Are you going to use movers or are you going to do it yourself? You figure it out, whatever's the easiest for you, and stick with it. The next thing was one room at a time. Make sure you finish one room, then you can close that up and start on the next room. And the last thing was your mail and utilities. Make sure you get everything turned off at your old home and make sure everything is ready to get turned on in your new home so that when you get there, you're ready to go. Thanks so much for watching the video. If you haven't already done so, make sure you click that like button and hit that subscribe button so you get notified every single time I post a new video. And when you click the like button, it actually makes it so that the video gets out there and other people that are trying to move to Frisco, Texas, it'll give them a little bit more information too. If you need to reach me, call me, text me, email me, whatever's easier for you. See you next time.